setting boundaries is saying no or no, but thanks, and not feeling pressure to overextend yourself or do things that you don't want to do or do things that are not beneficial to you. I see setting boundaries as self-care. If you aren't taking care of yourself first, you're not able to take care of others. And I think that we live in a time and a society where there's a lot of things going on at once and we're all multitasking and there's a lot of asks and you can feel the pressure to always say yes and to do everything and end up overextending yourself and not enjoying what you're doing or putting your full heart and mind into it. So I think that's why setting a boundary is important. So I think you can really set a boundary anywhere in your life. So kind of the categories I think of would be like work, setting boundaries with friends, setting boundaries with family. So, work could be, when my work day is done, I turn off my work cell phone or I don't answer a work email after hours. If my day is done at 4, I'm done at 4. Or if you're out on vacation, not feeling that pressure or that urge, which may come from yourself to be working when you're meant to be relaxing or restoring. And then friends, I think, could be like social life could be, you have all these invites and you really just want a weekend at home to recharge, or maybe you've been feeling like you're coming down with something, but you feel like you need to push yourself to go to dinner with friends. So feeling comfortable enough to say, I would love to, but this weekend just isn't going to be the best for me. And family, I think, can be maybe one of the trickier categories. A lot of emotion there and complex dynamics for everyone. So, family, again, could be, they want to come over to your house, but it's just really not a good time, or they need help with something and you've had a really busy work week and you've had some stuff go on for yourself personally. And again, it just doesn't feel like a good time to be giving energy to someone else. So feeling like you can say, no, not a good time, might never be a good time. Perhaps there's someone else they can ask to help them with that. I think the first step would be, thinking about what matters to you most, where you're at in life or in the week, what's going to fill your cup, what's not. So just really thinking about that. And then the next step would be actually setting that boundary. So, telling yourself internally, okay, I'm going to decline to do this or say no to that. And then actually verbally communicating that in whatever way makes sense, whether it's in person or a text or whatever, an email at work. And then I think the final step to that is holding strong. So holding steady on that boundary, because sometimes you can get some pushback. And I think trying to not feel like you have to explain yourself or justify yourself for why you're saying no and setting that boundary. It's okay to just say no and just leave it at that. If you do push yourself to do something that you would rather not do, or it's just not the right time to be doing, are you really going to enjoy that? Could it go poorly and lead to some conflict that wouldn't have happened if you'd just not gone in the first place? Could you have put it off for a day when it was going to be a better day to do it? I mean, to me, a really small, easy boundary to start with is like that work-life balance and, just working within your work hours, and setting an out of office when you're out of office, and not feeling pressured to respond to things when you're not in, which can be more challenging in today's world since we kind of always see those things or often see those things. So that would be a small one, would be just working during your work time, and holding firm about that. A bigger boundary, I think, could be, like a parent or a sibling or a family member just needing a lot of help with things all the time, whether it's needing someone to come and do some physical labor at their house or help with paperwork or things like that. And just pushing back on maybe you're the person in your family that's always the go-to for those things, and there's other family members who could help but aren't being asked. So pushing back on you always being the go-to. And I think pushing back on always feeling like you have to jump. So they asked for you to come on Monday, so you need to come on Monday. Perhaps Friday is better. Or perhaps they could ask someone else in the family. That would be a bigger one that I think comes with more complexity. And I would say it's easier to start small and see how it feels and try and maintain. And then as you get more comfortable, you can branch out to bigger boundaries.